بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عسل فعل مفضل سفري ناقات ولا والشريف के उर्वशी व आज़मा महसूसात અને માકુલાતની ذکر ફરમાવી. મૌલાએ ફરમાયું કે જે શખ્સને દુનિયાની ચીજોનું ઇલ્મ જ્યાદા હશે એને દીનની ચીજોનું ઇલ્મ જ્યાદા સમજ પડશે. Welcome to our Science Odyssey, a captivating blending of the scientific wonders and the profound exploration of delicate balance between the world dunya and the deen belief.
You have seen when I have on the switch, this bolt becomes electromagnet and attracts this needle. I have this pencil in my hand and I drop it, so with the force of gravity it falls down. But in this case, it is opposing the force of gravity. ખુદાએ એવા ઘણા ફોર્सेसને પેદા કીધા છે જેના સબબ ખિલકત ફંક્શન કરે છે.
The chashni will flow through the small holes in a thread-like form and will get stuck on the fan blades, and it will rapidly cool down because it is extremely thin. And when we wrap it up, we have a web-like structure also known as cotton candy.
The projects of electricity and magnetism. We had combined both in a one project. We have made the electromagnetic bed.
This is an example of electrical power wireless transmission. Here, an electrically powered transmitter generates a magnetic field around it that is transmitting power across space to the receiver device.
Our project is about hologram. It consists of a reflective sheet and tablet over it.
The operating idea of an infinity well is that mirror and glass surfaces are positioned in such a way that light gets reflected between them.
Bokeh lens is the effect of soft out of focus background. It is the pleasing or aesthetic quality of blur in photograph.
Lights come from here. This mirror reflects light here to this mirror and it reflects light here.
The more the light will be closer to the text will be bigger in size. And more the light will be away from the text will be shorter in size.
The molecules are tightly packed with the water. This phenomena is known as total internal reflection.
આ કેમેરા ઓબ્સ્ક્યુરા છે એના મેઇન પર્પઝ એમ છે કે આપણે જે વારે કોઈ બી ઓબ્જેક્ટ જોશું તે ઉલટું જોવાશે.
જે એક્સટેન્શન બોર્ડ છે એ અંદર એ કે વારે બી શોર્ટ સર્કિટ થતું નથી.
Alif ba ta sa jim ha kha dal zan sin shin sad. This is our sulfuric acid and this is our nitric acid. Now we will add the magical powder. So now you can see the orange smoke coming out. The reason behind this experiment is energy, which released as a light energy. In compressing the build-up of pressure, the release of molten lava and expulsion of ash and gases. Then we'll add copper sulfate into the beaker, which color is blue. After adding it into the hydrochloric acid, it will be changing its color into green. Now we will going to add aluminium stick into it. Aluminium is highly reactive than copper in the reactivity series. In this, hydrogen gas has been evolved, and this is what that we are going to ignite our northern lights. Aluminium will get displaced with copper, and this is a displacement reaction.
As we all underestimate the power of the element in the world, we never know how it can put us in an utter shock.
The volunteer will dip their finger in the solution. As you notice that when the finger was removed from the solution, it was completely dry. This happened because the lycopodium powder is water resistant.
और क्या तुम मुझे बता सकते हो र और री में क्या अंतर है?
हाँ, क्यों नहीं? देखो, र एक व्यंजन वर्ण है और री एक स्वर वर्ण है. जब हम किसी वर्ण के नीचे री लगाते हैं तब उसे हम गृह कार्य पढ़ते हैं, लेकिन जब हम कोई वर्ण के नीचे र लगाते हैं तब उसे हम ग्रह पढ़ते हैं.
A human is made up of different types of layers, from the outermost to the innermost. Skin is the outermost layer, followed by the muscles. Then is the nervous system. Then the skeletal structure, and finally the organs.
We are going to brief you about what are the parts and layers inside our teeth. There are three main parts of teeth: the crown, the neck, and the root.
We must place the toothbrush at an angle to the gums and gently move the brush. Lastly, we must clean the tongue carefully.
Vertebrae, in the children there are 33 vertebrae, but in an adult human there are 26 vertebrae.
Are type of movement in our muscle, voluntary and involuntary. The involuntary muscle perform a critical function which keep us alive. For example, heart. And the voluntary muscle are those which we can control, which enable us to do daily movements. For example, moving our fingers and moving our hand. From the left atrium it goes to left ventricle. Left ventricle pumps the oxygenated blood to aorta. Through aorta it is spread to all body parts.
The processed food passes through larynx, passes to stomach through esophagus. Here, concentrated acid further break down the food and send it to small intestine.
First, the blood with waste comes to the kidney by renal arteries. Kidney purifies the blood and take out the waste like urea, excess salt and excess water, and this forms urine.
Bio means life or nature, and mimic means to copy or to imitate. The most common and fascinating invention is an aeroplane, inspired by flight of birds. Even such a tiny creature as Allah inspired us to make a needle. If kingfisher birds were dived into water from air to catch fish, it does not even make a splash because of its beak shape. What is firefly? Correct answer. Turn from the sun, absorbed by the plant cell. Chlorophyll is present inside these cells. Water that traps sun's energy. Let me take the opportunity to tell you about Burhani Foundation. Founded by Holiness Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin Rasulullah alayhi in year 1992 to take care of the environment. Soil is due to the action of sun, and wind. This process is called weathering of rock. What are you trying to do? I am trying to make soil. Oh dear, it takes millions of years for rocks to break down and form soil. Erosion is the removal of the topsoil by wind or water. Now, let me show you demonstration. I'll pour some water in it. Here you can see water collected in the first plant has lots of soil particles, while the one plant grown on it has least amount of soil particles. Udaipur is surrounded by Aravalli hills and its water drains into Ahar river, which is known as Aini river. First, the water will collect here from the pipeline. It will go to field. The pipe has tiny holes from which the water will come out, and the plant's root will get water.
Rainwater harvesting is a simple technology used to conserve rainwater.
First, rainwater is collected in catchment areas like rooftop of homes. Then it goes to filtration tank where it filters from dirt and pollutant. Finally, it reaches storage tank or well for further uses. Acid rain have been shown to have adverse effects on forest, soil, fresh water and aquatic lives. મૌલાના ફરમાવે છે આજે દુનિયામાં ટેકનોલોજી ઘણી એડવાન્સ છે. ये ટેકનોલોજીના સબબ ઘણા હાલાત બદલાયા. ये મુસલ ટેલિફોન અને કમ્પ્યુટિંગના સબબ કમ્યુનિકેશન કરવું કેટલું સહેલું થઈ ગયું. This model showcases the detailed design and engineering that enables a solar car to harness the power of the sun to generate electricity and making the vehicle move forward without our traditional fossil fuels. When there is no activity on the street, the light turns off to conserve energy. But as soon as it detects movement, it brightens up to provide maximum visibility and safety. After it begins the mesosphere, this layer protects the earth from rocky particles called meteors that burn upon entering the mesosphere.
We have prepared an hydraulic elevator based on real life models. These are injections filled with waters which are working as pistons. When a very minimal force is applied from this side, this would elevate.
तीन चीज इंसानના નૂરને બુઝાવી દે છે અને એમાંથી એક છે કે કોઈના ઘરમાં વગર પૂછા ઝાકવું. આપણે એનાથી એમ તસવ્વુર હાંસલ થાય છે કે આપણે કોઈના બી ઘરમાં વગર પૂછા ના જવું જોઈએ અને કોઈની બી ચીજ વગર પૂછા ના ઉઠાવી જોઈએ.
It's a DIY Arduino line follow car. It detects the contrast between the line and the background, allowing the car to stay on the track. We have built the chassis, attached wheels and integrated couple of DC motors for the moment, and the brain behind it is all in this Arduino chip, which processes information from the sensor allowing the car to move on the track.
We'll present a role play on how to learn spellings with vowel sound and with silent letters. L-A-M-B, lamb. C-O-M-B, comb.
Organic farming provides benefits, produce food, fiber and feed.
Now we will see that how this whole process works. Everything is here: water irrigation, windmill, animal husbandry, bee farm, organic fertilizer, milk processing and solar panel.
Terrace farming is a centuries-old technique that involves creation of steps or terraces on hilly or mountainous terrain to create flat surfaces for cultivation.
The sprinkler disperse water evenly in the fields, gardens and backyards.
We have created a model of Aditya L1 for those who are unaware. It is a chronology aircraft for studying solar atmosphere, designed and developed by the Indian Space Research Organization. In this way, we have created our model.
Space station is a type of artificial satellite that can support a human crew in orbit. Then space station is the largest modular space station.
આ બીરા હાકીમ છે. બીરા હાકીમની જિકર એમ આવે છે કે જે વખત મિશ્રણ લોકોને પાણીની ઘણી કિલ્લત હતી તે વખત બુરહાનુદ્દીન મૌલાએ આ મસ્જિદ તે વખત બનતી જ હતી. તો તે વખત બુરહાનુદ્દીન મૌલાએ એક દીવારની તરફ ઇશારો કરીને એમ ફરમાયું કે આ દીવારના પાછળ આ દીવારને ખોદો, દીવારના પાછળ તમને પાણી મળશે. તો તે વખત બીરા હાકીમ જાહેર થયા.
હમણાં કંપનીઝ આ ઇકોડ્સને યુઝ કરે છે અને આપણે ગુમરાહ કરવાની કોશિશ કરે છે. ઇન્ગ્રીડિયન્ટ્સના બદલ પ્રોડક્ટ્સમાં પાછળ આ ઇકોડને लिखे છે. તેથી આપણે ખબર નહીં પડતી કે પ્રોડક્ટ્સ હલાલ છે या હરામ. તો આ ઇકોડ્સને બરાબર ધ્યાનમાં રાખતા हुआ આપણે પ્રોડક્ટ્સ ખરીદવા જોઈએ અને કન્ઝ્યુમ કરવા જોઈએ.
It was Nicholas who put forth the idea that Earth revolves around the sun and not vice versa. Later, his theory was supported by Galileo Galilei and Isaac Newton.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna kulla shayin khalaqnahu biqadar. Indeed, all things we have created are with meticulous planning. The Pythagoras theorem states that in a right-angled triangle, the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the two sides.
The area covered by the chord and minor arc is called minor segment, and the area covered by the chord and major arc is called major segment.
In this model, the height of lighthouse is 20 units above the sea level. The angle of depression from the top of tower to a ship in the sea is 60 degrees.
We can see maxes everywhere. Guess what is it? It is a cuboid and it is also our home. So we live in a cuboid and max is everywhere.
खुदा ताला कुरान मजीद માં હિસાબ મેથ્સની જિકરમાં એમ ફરમાવે છે કે અમે દિન અને રાતને એઝ ટુ સાઇન્સ બનાયા છે જેનાથી વક્ત દિનો અને વર્ષોની ગિનતી થઈ શકે છે. હર નંબર વાસ્તે એક સ્પેશિયલ પ્રોપર્ટી છે કે જે કોઈ બીજા નંબર વાસ્તે નથી અને એમાં કોઈ પાર્ટનરશિપ યા શેરિંગ બી નથી.